cubic graphs. Now the general form for a cubic graph is y equals ax cubed plus bx squared plus cx plus d. So we can see here that the cubic graph is a polynomial to the third degree. So that polynomial is to the third degree. The first thing we're going to look at is the general shape of the cubic graph. The first thing that will tell us the shape of the graph will be the value of a, just like in the quadratics. The cubic function, if a is greater than 0, so think about it, a greater than 0, it means we have positive a. The general shape looks like this. So it can either look like that, it can look like that, or it can look like this. The important thing is the positive a will tell us that a is positive, and the way I remember it is my y value finishes in the positive, so it needs to finish in the positive. If a is less than 0, it means negative a. My graph needs to finish where y is negative, so down here, which means my graph will look something like that, or like that. Again, when a is negative, it finishes where y is negative, so down here where y is negative. If a is positive, up there where y is positive. Now looking at the basic form, some of our graphs, so the ones looking like this, can be transformations of the basic form of y equals x cubed. So if we look at y equals x cubed, it looks like that. Now most of these graphs can be just translations, and this is the basic form. Y equals a x minus b cubed plus c. Now this point here will be point BC. So something that you have to go and study. We have done this last year. What I can say then is that this graph has been translated, B values in the x direction, C values in the y direction, and it's dilated by a factor of a. So whatever that value might be. The cubic graph can also be in factor form, and the factor form looks like this. Y equals a, the dilation, x minus b, x minus c, x minus d. Now, we just use negative as the standard form, but remember this b can now be either negative or positive. So if I had to draw this graph and I assumed a is positive, my graph would look like something like this. If a is positive, I'm going to finish up there, which means I'm going to start in the opposite direction, and it will look like this. This value over here will be b, this value over there will be c, and that value over there will be d. My y-intercept will be where x is 0. So if x is 0, it will be a times b times c times d, and that's how it looks like. That is if a is greater than 0, in other words, we have a positive a. If it was negative, this whole thing would have been flipped the other way. It means that this would have ended where a is negative. We also have something called repeated factors. And with repeated factors, we have, it can be in the form of y equals x minus a squared multiplied by x minus b. So one of these repeat itself. When that happens, we have a turning point that happens on that value. In other words, x is positive, which means it ends at the top. X times x, x squared times x is positive x. So my graph is going to have this shape, and it's going to turn, so the turning point is going to be A. So if I have a repeated factor, I have a turning point on the x-axis, which will happen at A. So there's A, there's B, that will be an intersect, and that will be a turning point. Which means if I have this, this will be a turning point on the graph, and that will be an intersect. So we will have graph starting there, turning, and going up.